Guys, so today I'm going to be making a plant tour, and we have lots of plants to get through, so get comfortable. I'm just gonna let you know, like, for lighting wise in our house, we have all of our plants in our kitchen in a north facing window, and then we also use a big overhead grow light that we found at Walmart. And then over here we also have one of those clip grow lights that we found on Amazon, and they work amazingly. We live in Superior, Wisconsin, so without the grow lights we would have a really tough time keeping these guys alive because it is way too cold here, and we can't like make the humidity that a lot of them need. So yes, first off, I guess I'll start out with this one. This is my Fittonia. We've had him for a while now, probably about a year, and he is super moody. He likes to be watered like 2 to 3 times a week and then misted 2 to 3 times a day on top of that. So this is this guy. I've also propagated him twice now successfully, and I'm loving it. So I'll show you where one of his propagations are. We have our first terrarium that we've made, and this guy has sphagnum, he has Fittonia, Dieffenbachia, this is the big guy in here, and then there's also a Venus flytrap. Sorry, this is kind of a weird, I have my phone plugged in, it's charging, so this is kind of a weird angle. I hope you guys can see everything okay. Oh, and then I also have some mint in there as well. I just picked like my most water loving plants and threw them in here because this is going to be super humid. Just spray some water in there, put the lid on it, keep it under the light, and it just creates its own humidity. Next up, I'll do my little baby ZZ plant. This is a new addition to our collection. I've never had a ZZ before. So far he's doing pretty good. I know these guys are nearly like indestructible as long as you don't overwater them. So I've been watering him like once a week, and so far he's doing fine. He's grown a little bit, but he seems like he's kind of a slower grower, but he seems happy. Next up, I'll grab our bamboo tree. So we've had him for, I just got it super dirty, about a year now, and he was like originally this size. We got him from a Walgreens, and he seems to be pretty happy. We just keep him under our grow light right here. He lives and he has rocks and water. That's all he's in, and he is happy. These are some Monstera delicacia nodes that I am propagating currently. I had these sent to me from a lady that I'm in a plant group with. She sent me these two, and I put them on some sphagnum moss. I've never done this before. So far they haven't done much. I know that sometimes it takes a minute, so I'm just kind of being patient with them. Up next are some alocasia poly. I just put the bamboo tree like right in front of the camera. Okay, so next up I have alocasia polybulbs that I am currently growing. These guys have been going for I think 4 days now, so not much to report, but I'm super excited. Like, alocasia polys are the coolest, one of the coolest looking plants in my opinion. It was one of my wish list plants, and I was like, when I saw someone put the bulbs up, I'm on so many Facebook pages. If you aren't a part of, what is it? I highly recommend Plant Purge USA, and then it's like 10 and under Plant Purge. Those are Facebook groups you need to be in. But also, fair warning, they're super deadly. Like, you will end up buying way too many plants. So yeah. This is my string of tears. I've also called it heard it called a string of hooks. But we've had this guy now for about, I'd say, a year also, and he's doing really well. He really likes being under the grow light. He doesn't like being overwatered. Originally we like overwatered this guy way too much and killed off half the plant. Since then we've taken a couple of like the longer strands and wrapped them up top just to kind of get it to fill out a little bit more, and it's doing really well filling back in. So this is this guy, one of my favorites. And then we have, so my air plants are hanging up over here. I'm just gonna take and show you. We have them in these little glass balls, and then I'll take the other ones out just because I don't want to try to This guy is so adorable. He has like a little baby coming out the side, if you can see. So cute. And then this is our little one. I love air plants. We have a lady who is actually local here in Duluth, Minnesota, and she sells these at our mall, and then she also has a little shop like downtown. I have yet to be or to go to the shop, but I really want to because her pieces are so freaking cute. Next up I'll do my wandering dude. I got these cuttings from a friend and I actually just replanted them, and so far they're doing absolutely wonderful. I actually think that I need to take back the light that I'm giving them because they're starting to turn green, and that's because they just are getting more light. So the darker lighting that you give them, the more purple they are. I just love how shiny this plant is. It is so pretty. But yeah, so that's my wandering dude. What else do we have? We have an avocado tree propagating right now. I'll pull him out so you guys can see. Ugh. He's got some roots and he's also starting to bud, so hopefully he'll start shooting upwards. Wow, he's actually quite a bit taller than yesterday. I've been checking him out like daily. I think I'm just fascinated by him. Alright, so next up we have some money tree propagations. These guys are just chilling in some water currently because our money tree is infected right now. If you have never had a money tree, they are just problem plants. I don't know. I've heard that from a lot of people, and personally that's my experience with them. They either like mold or they're super prone to mites and pests and all kinds of certain things. So they're tough plants to have. Right now I'm currently trying to save mine by propagating a little bit of it because I don't think my actual normal plant, I'll show you later, I don't think he's gonna hold on. So next up I'll just show you my little propagation tray. This guy has so many propagations going. Some of them have been going for about a month. They're the ones that are a little bit taller. They actually have like little plants starting to come off of them. Look at how adorable. I really like how this one's turning out too. This one's getting kind of big. So this is my setup for propagations. I've said many times, if you have succulents, and it happens to me every single time I repot, if you have a leaf that pops off, throw them on some dirt and they will start growing new plants. Literally just forget about them too. Do not douse them in water, don't spray them with water like every day, just forget about them. And they'll start growing for you. Next up is my big papa, the aloe. This is actually one of my oldest plants. I've had him for so long. Yeah, this guy is nearly indestructible. The one thing I can say for aloes is just don't overwater them because they will rot. Otherwise, aloes can actually go you can only water them twice in an entire year and they'll survive. So you really don't have to water this guy. I'm actually kind of stressed out about how wet I got him recently. I have him like right under the grow lights to dry out. So yes, love aloe vera. They're medicinal plants. They're amazing, and they're gorgeous, so they're a great one for the collection. Next up I have my Monstera addisoni, and he is very new to the collection. I actually got him the same exact day I got my ZZ. The same lady shipped them to me, and he was like half his size, and he's taking off. He's absolutely loving being right under the grow light, and yeah, I love him. I think I'm probably going to be putting a moss pole in here pretty soon just because he's starting to get really tall and I don't want him to start. They get really leggy if you don't put some type of support system in for them, so I think that that's going to be my next step with him. Next up is my fire stick cactus, and I found him at our local Walmart. He was actually on sale for like $15. He was looking pretty rough and I brought him home, and he is loving being right in the sun. He likes being right under the sun, like the most direct spot that I can put it, and then also the grow light. These guys really like the light, and the more that they mature and grow, they'll actually yellow and then eventually turn red. I think that's why they call them fire stick cactus. But then also these guys have kind of like a milky sap in them. You'll see if you ever attempt to propagate, but just be really careful because if it gets in your eyes or on your skin, it can burn really bad. So fair warning. And keep it up high if you have like kids or dogs or I don't know, whoever might want to get into your plants. So this is my little succulent tray that I have going on right now, and to be completely honest, I have no idea what this is, but I have some chocolate soldier in here. I have a tiny little flat leaf jade, and then these are just many other succulents that I've propagated. I honestly don't know what they are. If you know what these are called, please comment below because I would love to know what they are so that I know how to take care of them a little bit better. Specifically like these two, this one right here, I've had some questions on. It's really interesting looking. It has like a zebra print on the leaf, which I think is super unique and fun. But these guys are all extremely slow growing, so I just have them all together and I'd keep them super dry because that's all I know that they like. Otherwise, they're just unhappy with me. So any care tips would be extremely appreciated with these guys. What else do I have? Right here I have a golden pothos cutting. This is just chilling. I'm waiting for him to grow some roots. Let's see what's next. We'll move on to some trees. So this is one of my palms, and he's looking a little rough right now. He actually just got repotted, so he's going through a little bit of shock, but he's bouncing back, and he's actually putting out some new growth spots on the back. I don't know if you can see. I'm sad my phone's charging, otherwise I'd show you close up, but he has like 1, 2, 3 new growth spots, so that's really exciting. And this looks like an aerial root, which is really weird to me. I didn't know that palms could do that. So if that's like, oh my goodness, if that's normal, if you've ever seen that, let me know. In the bottom down here, I have a heart-shaped philodendron. I know that's what this tall one is I have tied up. And then what else do I have? Golden pothos. I have a Hawaiian pothos down here as well. I just kind of have like a mixture down here because I want it to fill in, like I'll show you on one of my other trees I have set up. So this guy is a corncob tree. He looks a little rough in some spots because we had an additional grow light from from our overhead and our clip light, and the light, like the bulb in it, was so hot that it actually ended up burning some of our trees that we put directly under the light, and so now we are suffering the consequences for that. But they're doing okay. We just have a couple leaves that are crispy on the tips, and they're a little like yellowed, but it's okay. So this is how I'm trying to get the bottom of my other plant to look. This is some golden pothos, and I just love how it's like, now it's gonna be starting to climb up the tree. So if you have pothos, you know that there's like nodes, that's how you propagate it, but the nodes will actually attach to the stump on the tree and then start to climb up it. And when it does, the leaves will grow to be like bigger than the size of your hands, and they'll actually start to split like monsteras, which I think is super cool. So that's my goal with these babies. So yeah, this is my monster corncob tree. Alright, so this guy is our little rehab money tree. We've had him for a while. He's just looking kind of sad. I mean, the top's not looking too bad, and actually it's starting to bounce back a little bit. And it's this furthest left side that like wraps around up here is super happy, but then on the right side, as you can see, even the stump up here is just so dead. So yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this guy. He's a work in progress. Alright, so this guy is called an Indian corn cob cactus. I think that this is probably one of my favorite cactus that I've got. I actually found him at Walmart. He's a little top heavy, so he's leaning right now. I should probably pot him up eventually, but he had quite a few more legs, and I've propagated him probably 7 times now. But I'm so thankful for this cactus. I've used it to actually trade. That's how I got my monstera and then my ZZ plant. This guy is just so freaking gorgeous, and the blooms are just so cute. They look like little flowers at the tips. I am obsessed. Alright, so this guy is called a prickly pear cactus, and we were recently gifted this by one of our very good friends, Bree, old roommate. I love this cactus. This has been a wish list plant for me for a while now, and I was so excited so excited to get this. I love the little bloom coming in up top. How adorable. So these guys like a lot of sun, low water, and they're actually edible too. I don't think I'll be eating this guy just because he's so cute, but very cool. Alright, so this funky looking guy is called a moonlight cactus. We found him at our local farmer's market. An older lady had it, and I was like, I need this thing. This is super cool. It just looks like a stick, and it has these gorgeous legs coming out of it. How cool. So that's him. And I've done a lot of research on him. Super interesting stories behind him. I think they're probably like tales, but this guy supposedly only blooms one night out of the year at night, which I think is super interesting. So that's where I got his name, Moonlight Cactus. This guy, I'm not really sure what he is. He looks like a little minion to me, but he's adorable. If you know what this guy is called, please comment down below because I would love to know what this is named. Alright, so this one right here is an African milk tree. It's like a euphorbia. Can't remember the second part of it, but I know that it's in the euphorbia family. So this is actually, strangely, in the same family that the fire stick cactus is in, and it also has that milky sap in it. If you propagate it or if it's cut, it'll start coming out, and if you get that on your skin, it will burn, so be careful with this one. This little guy is my aloe, and I have him next to, once again, another little succulent that I have no idea what it's called. So if you have any idea what this guy is named, please let me know. I need to work on my succulents. Alright, so this is my little guy that I actually just tipped over, so I gotta fix him really quick. This is one of my little, so off my prickly pear, one of the pads broke off in the bag that it was in, and oh, he's not saying up. Anyways, this is the little pad. I repotted him. How freaking cute. I need to wet the soil and get him a little bit more tucked in, but how adorable. I'm just gonna set him over here. This is probably one of my favorite plants of all time. This is a heart-shaped philodendron, and I have some philodendron Brazil in here, as well as some neon that's in the back. How pretty. I think this is probably like my favorite color of philodendron just because it's so bright and gorgeous. But I just all around love this plant. I love how fast growing it is. You can propagate him, and the plants also, or the leaves also can grow extremely big. Like, I don't know if you can see, this is like almost the size of my hand, Some of them have been growing in like longer than others. It's just such a unique plant. I love it. I love it. It's so fun. All right. So this is our palm. We've had him for I think about 2 years now. He's been a trial and error plant for us. We originally had no idea how to take care of a palm, but since we figured him out, he's put out this big guy. He actually just split this and fanned this leaf out, and then he's putting out a new one in the back. Maybe you can see it. This little guy right here is coming out. So we love him. Key with him is just keep him super moist. He likes to be wet like all the time and misted constantly. I honestly relate him to my Fittonia. Like, he's super moody, but gorgeous. Alright, so next up, I'll show you guys my big jades. I bought these from my college, UMD. They have a greenhouse and they have like a plant club, and every year they do a season where they sell the plants that they grow. And I snagged, I believe this was about 1.5 years ago now, I snagged a flat leaf jade from them. He suffered from a little, these were some of my first plants, so they have, you know, you can tell they have the scars to prove it. Like, he's had a little bit of sun damage happen to him, and then this is his, I call them brothers, this is his Golem Jade brother. They're doing fine. They really like a lot of light and dry soil, so they are too cute. These are my snake plants. These are the first snake plants that I've ever had. They were wish list plants. I actually found them at Walmart on sale for like $2, and I was super excited, so I snagged 2. So far they're doing really, really well. They're actually putting out, I don't know if you can see in there, they're putting out little new little leaves, so far happy. Alrighty, so this guy is called a dumb cane, or also a Dieffenbachia. These guys are also nearly indestructible. They're great plants for first time houseplant people. They're gorgeous. They can grow to be like as tall as I am, so they're super cool. I'm gonna set this other one down in my hand so I can show you, but their leaves are just absolutely gorgeous. They put out like these nice creamy and neon colors. I just absolutely love how they grow. They're super, super easy plants, so highly recommend. They're low light. And then this guy that I have is a variegated ginger plant. I grabbed him from my local greenhouse, having no idea what it was. And I was like, I need it because it looks really cool, but I actually found out that this is an edible and medicinal plant, as well as, like, it's gorgeous. So look at how pretty. It's a little shocked from me bringing it home, and then I think I made the mistake of replanting it also a little bit too soon, so some of its leaves are a little curled up. It was really thirsty, and as you can see, it's a little dried out, so I'm just kind of trying to keep it in a little bit more low light, and then I'm keeping him nice and moist. He seems to be doing okay. He's kind of popping back. These guys were a lot more curled up, and they're kind of starting to flatten out and open back up, and he's putting out a lot of new growth, so I'm happy about that. Have yet to try it. I've heard that it's super yummy, so I'm curious. I'll update you guys if I do anytime soon. Okay, we're nearing the end. So this is one of our small corn cob trees. He has two little, I don't know if you can see, he has like two little guys up top. He's super small yet, but super cute, and he's pretty happy in here. Like I said, they were right under that really hot light, so he's a little bit crispy as well, but he's hanging in there. Last up is our vinca vine. This is a vinca major and it was huge, so I just ended up making this little contraption for it, and it's happy. It has some spag moss on top and it's loving it because these are very moisture loving plants. So this is I think this is all of the plants with the exception of our edible ones outside, which I'm not going to show because I'm not very proud of. I'm awful at growing peppers and my mint plant is decent, but it's not amazing. I will definitely say that it does better outside than inside. That's what I didn't show you. I didn't show you these guys. So this is some of my propagating mint that I have going. And like I said, it does way better outside, but it's seeming to do okay inside, and it also lives a really long time in water. And then this is some heart-shaped philodendron, and then also some golden pothos that I threw in this pot, and I'm doing a little hanger. Hopefully they'll fill out a little bit, but yeah, I think this is everything. I hope this was at least somewhat interesting for someone. This is one of my most requested videos, so I thought I should probably finally make it. And so yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope this was entertaining. Have a good day.